All right, so today we're in this new construction house. We're beginning the process now. The drywallers are all finished, came through, did the texturing, did the sanding, touch-ups. They even vacuumed and mopped the walls, which a lot of drywallers do not. This builder that we're working for, he does, so I'm very thankful. We came in, got a pretty dang clean slate. They had paper down on the floors, pulled all the paper so you don't have drywall mud everywhere. I've seen it just where drywall mud's all over the floors. You gotta scrape the floors, everything. So we're beginning the process. I rubbed my hand over the wall and there wasn't very much like a dust, you know, the sanding dust on the wall from the mud itself. And it appeared like they did mop it, but we're just going over it. It doesn't take very long. It's a 2-story house, 2,600 square feet, I believe, somewhere in that range. The mopping will happen in probably 45 minutes to an hour at the most. So Noah's, he's already gone through this room, mopped it. Now I'm gonna go back behind him and begin the vacuuming process. So we're mopping the walls, knocking down any loose drywall dust, because if you don't, that's gonna cause an adhesion problem with the paint sticking to that dust. Of course, you can't get every bit of dust off, but that's what the PVA primer is. It helps that dust, it helps seal the rock, it helps seal, so you get a nice, good, even top coat finish. But it is important to vacuum. If you don't vacuum, you're gonna start kicking up dust on your freshly painted walls. You're gonna get dust coming off windowsills and everywhere, so you vacuum. So we begin mopping, and then I'll just start vacuuming what's up top and work my way down to the bottom. So high windowsills, I like to just vacuum the whole window, try to vacuum out the track, the window itself, get anything off. Even though it's gonna be mass, I just like a clean surface. So we'll vacuum that. I like just using like one of these type of ends right here that kind of brushes it off also. Windows, windowsills. Then we'll get down to the floor, start vacuuming the floor. You don't want anything kicking up from the floor, especially around all the corners. Technically, I guess you can, you only really need to vacuum a few feet out. It doesn't take much longer. I like to just vacuum the whole entire floor. So you'll see us doing that. This is the fitting I use. I want it to go tightly down to the subfloor right there, so it vacuums and gets everything out. Also, the vents don't have covers on them. The one vent right down here had a lot of drywall mud down in there, sanding mud down there. I just take this tip, stick it down there, vacuum out of that, because you just never know if anything's gonna be kicking up if the air turns on. Typically, while you're painting, you're gonna have the air off. Even while you're mopping, everything shouldn't have any air on, but you wanna just vacuum that down there, because the worst thing is to get your trim painted or your walls painted and the air comes on and it just kicks up a bunch of dust onto wet paint. Vacuum, I'll vacuum out light switches outlets. We'll be vacuuming those out too. Just hit it with either one of these nozzles. Once we get this all cleaned up, we're going to begin the prepping of the windows and caulking the windows process, getting it ready to spray. So it's very important to get it all clean, ready to go before you do any painting. All right, I'm upstairs. We're getting ready to prep the upper portion of this house. I'm gonna show you what mopping the walls looks like up here. So we're gonna be mopping, vacuuming, covering outlets, getting the windows ready to be prepped and caulked. So the mopping itself, if you've never seen a mop, or if you don't understand what mopping is, this is a mop. It's just a simple mop that you would mop a floor with, and all you're doing is just knocking down the dust off the wall that was created by sanding. You're just knocking the bulk of it down to the ground, and then you're gonna be vacuuming that up. It's a very simple process. You're not scrubbing the wall, you're just kind of lightly going over it with your mop to knock everything down. We don't mop the ceilings, we just mop the walls themselves. And I'm just gonna go up and down. You can kind of see it just knocking down some dust off the walls. And this is what mopping your walls is, just like this. Just gonna go around, mop the whole entire thing, and then we'll begin the vacuuming process. You don't want to vacuum and then mop, obviously, because then you're just putting a lot of dust and dirt down onto the floor after you've already vacuumed it. But that's what mopping the walls is with a mop in new construction.